Coppinger's going to take it right foot to Coppinger. Oh! Doncaster Rovers have done it!
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Chan here for Forever Football DRFC, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel. Welcome to another live phone-in show. Of course, this is the day after the match. I really didn't want to do it on the day. I was just so furious with that. I didn't exactly want to do it on the day of the match, like I said, because of that reason. So here we are. We're only going to be on for, I'd say, about half an hour, just because I've got some editing to do before work. So this is not going to be a long one. But if you do have any thoughts on the match yesterday, then you can get in here and share your thoughts. Obviously, I shared my thoughts on the review yesterday after the match. And I think yesterday sort of brought it home how close we are to relegation and how soon it will become mathematical. Like I said, it was a poor performance, to be perfectly honest. I feel disheartened by the performance. I feel let down by the performance, and with everything that was going off, it was not Doncaster Rovers isn't a nice place to be anyway. But we move on. We've got hopefully we'll get some transfer dealings done next week before the Wigan match. If no players are coming in before Wigan, though, I would seriously worry about where we're going, because if we don't get any signings in before Wigan Athletic, it just sums up the fact again of how poor we are in terms of decision making, the football club. So it's one of those. It's one of those where you need to hope that we get some deals done this next week, but if it doesn't happen, you're entitled to be angry. I won't tell anyone to feel different or say different. Hello, Tyler. Hello, Ronnie Dover. So if you guys want to come on and have your say, I do have the StreamYard link here. Like I said, I'm not going to be live for long, only about half an hour or so, just because I've got some editing to do before work. So that should be fun. That should be fun. Ayup Chell says, lad. The StreamYard link's in the chat, so if you do want to come on the show, then please do. Yes, Chell. But yeah, it's not a nice place to be right now. I'll say that for a fact. It's not a nice place to be right now, in terms of where we're heading, because next season will probably be it will be my first season covering this club in League Two football next season, probably. So unless something drastic happens, then it will be. So I really don't feel like I don't know what to do. I really don't. RIP up Huula's contract. He's poor. I literally today I went on the iFollow and I replayed that 70th minute ball control. Jesus Christ. That ball control just says everything. And you heard the boos straight after the touch. You heard them all. It was just so bad. Really bad. No point us signing players to keep us up now. Got to prepare for a team to get us promoted from League Two. Absolutely. And I get that. I really, really do. Because, on our form, we don't look like staying up, to be brutally honest. I know, the board wants to be optimistic. I know Gary and Frank want to be optimistic. Spoke to Frank yesterday before the match, and I know he was optimistic about staying up. But on this current form, with some of the players playing at the minute, there's just no hope, is there? Huula is good, man. I think he's having a bad time at the minute. Maybe it is just down to that. Maybe it is just down to lack of self-belief and self-confidence. But Must be a lot of lack of self-belief and a lot of lack of self-confidence because he's just not performing up to the standard that we need right now. So yeah, it's not a nice place to be at all. So I feel like for me, it's just pick it up and move forward. Oh, hang on a sec. So we've got breaking news here from Gillingham. Steve Evans has been sacked. His contract's been terminated by mutual consent with immediate effect. Steve Evans has gone from Gillingham. Jesus, Gillingham's doing something. Yeah, he's obviously has talent, confidence just low at all-time low. Who are you arguing with in the stands? It wasn't an argument. It was a misunderstanding. It was a misunderstanding. So somewhat because I was there during the good times, and I wanted to give the fans hope. So I started singing One John Ryan. Person in front of me misunderstood why I sang it. Is like, John Ryan ain't coming back. What he isn't coming back. His new business just got liquidated, etc. So I went down the steps and I face to face, I talked him through why I sang it, and he understood, and the guy behind him understood as well. So we all came to a mutual, friendship. So, it wasn't really an argument. It was just misunderstanding on their part. Who you are? Yeah. So that was it. Big up, Aaron. Hope you're well, bro. Unlucky yesterday. Saw the score when I was at MKM. You just need to move on, I think, and see what you can do in coming weeks. Shane Evans wasn't sacked in December. We could have had him. For me, Steve Evans isn't good enough. We shouldn't be aiming for Steve Evans. We should be aiming for someone else. We should be aiming for someone else. We can't aim for Steve Evans. For me, I just don't think he's good enough. He's got experience, but experience isn't always what you need in a manager. He's just, for me, not good enough. And he doesn't play good enough football. You need something that's going to excite the fans, but Steve Evans, for me, doesn't do that. That's just my opinion. Max, I've got the StreamYard link in the chat, bro, so you can come on and have your say on your match when Hull City faced Everton in the FA Cup. We're almost getting to the halfway point of the show already because it is such a short one today. But yeah, any of you guys want to come on and have your say, use the StreamYard link in the chat. Come on and have your say on the match. But yeah, big news out of Gillingham. Steve Evans' contract has been terminated by mutual consent. I mean, it wasn't really a surprise. So I feel like, did Gillingham have a chance of getting out of this now? I don't know. Sam's here. Sam, yesterday the scoreline wasn't 6-0, but it felt like a 6-0 with how much lack of fight there was. Obviously, Gillingham just sacked Steve Evans. They're going to appoint a new manager now to get him out of trouble. What the hell are we going to do?
Go down. We're going to go down without putting up a fight, really. After yesterday, honestly, it's going to be one of the worst games of football I've ever seen. We're wasting time at 0-0. We're slowing the game down constantly. We just didn't look like scoring or anything. Like, even when we were coming on attack, I'm like, all right, how long? I literally going to myself in the stands, how long before we lose it? Where do we get to before we lose it? Because I knew it was going to happen. Our best chance of the game came in the 90-something minute when I think it was Charlie Seaman hit it. And
Charlie Seaman was one of the only players that actually had some fight about him. And I think Liam Hoden said it in his review afterwards, one of the first sentences in the review. It all explained itself by Dahlberg letting it go for a goal kick, and he just strolls along slowly to pick up the ball and put it on the 6-yard box and waste so much time. No one cares.
Yeah, I saw that, and I saw one of the ball boys who just sat there in the cold. He goes to get it, and Dahlberg literally basically said to him, "Don't get it." And I was like the ball boy, and just went, "Oh right, what?" Obviously letting it go, and that were at 0-0, wasn't it? And he just constantly slowed it down. Whenever he got the ball thrown back to him, he just let it run. I think both keepers were doing it, really. I think that could be Dahlberg's last game, really, because he just didn't look like he cared.
I think it's a farewell. Yeah. And Shakira as well.
Yeah, I think them two when he came on, he just don't do it, does he? And Dahlberg just didn't even look like he cared. He just,
I
well,
think
like you said,
Dalberg
let it
looked
run.
like he knew he was going back.
Yeah, and I think, well, isn't Lewis Jones injured? Well, wasn't he injured? I'm not sure when he's back.
Well, he had
But
a
I think
little muscle injury, even though he was on the bench, so I'm guessing it's not too severe.
yeah, not yeah. But he just, well, I think he knows he's going back, and he's like, right, well, you're gonna send me back. I'm gonna play rubbish for you. Well, he didn't play rubbish. He played all right, but he just didn't look like he cared. Like you said, he letting the ball roll past him at 0-0, slowing the game down constantly. It's I didn't get him.
Yeah, and Shakir, to be honest, didn't even do that much either. We're really missing a player like Coppinger for a bit of creative play in the midfield. Thing is, we had Tommy Rowe at the cam position, but then he got moved to left back, and Horton were playing left midfield, and Barlow was starting at cam, and there was a mixed match of positions from Gary McSheffrey. That's one thing I'll criticise him on. Why was Barlow looking like he was playing at cam and Rowe at left back and Horton at left midfield, and Rowe was involved in the goal that Fleetwood scored? It just didn't feel right to me.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that either. I just well, they've obviously been doing something, but I didn't get. I don't know. I'd rather have Tommy Rowe more attack. Well, I know he's he can play left back midfield, but I'd rather have a bit more attacking. Maybe swap possibly Brandon Orton and Tommy Rowe around, even just there, and then I'm not sure what to do else, but yeah, Aidan Barlow, I'd rather have him out on the wing as well. He's quite creative, he's like a John Taylor style player, and he's quite small, quite fast.
Yeah, 100%. What was your favourite chant from yesterday? Mine was you're just a short town in Blackpool. To be honest with you, it was you're nothing special. We lose every week, because it was factually true. Did a vlog on it. Be much appreciated. Yep, go and check it out. Doncaster Rovers like a prolific goal scorer and a goal machine that could do with their own Jermaine Defoe. That's been our problem for, I would say, the last 2 or 3 years, Sam. Since Marquise left, we haven't got. I'm not talking about the whole like-for-like thing we've been saying for the last 2 years, but I'm talking about just a striker in general that can replace the goals that Marquise scored. Someone like that, and we just haven't brought that in yet.
Yeah, just now reading that comment, I literally thought since Marquis left, after he left, we haven't, a like for like you said, we got told we're going to get one of them. I think we've been trying too much with the freeze, and there's reason that they're on freeze. The reason that they haven't got a club is because they're not the best. Faye Okunabiri, he's quite good. He scores a few, but obviously he's out injured for who knows how long. But I think with Joe Dodu, Omar Bogle, Thiago Cuca. Omar Bogle played all right. He's probably one of the better players, but he still didn't play very well. And
it wasn't his best game. We've seen better from him, especially this season. But I think Omar Bogle is probably the only striker that looks like he could do something. Maybe not goals, but at least be involved.
Yeah, I was just looking at it like last week we were 3-0 up against Morecambe at half time, and this week we just look dead. We just look bored. We just look like we want to go back inside because it's cold. It was. I didn't get it. Yeah, he's trying to put a shift in. Ethan Galbraith played all right. I think it was towards the end when he put that tackle in and then tried to lift everyone, and then just look at him like just gone out. I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered. Come on, let's just get a loss and then go again. I think they've already.
And you see the reaction when. Yeah, and you see the reaction when Hawula had that bad touch. You see the reaction that he showed. I mean, it's like a child spitting his dummy out because he hasn't got his favourite ice cream from the local candy shop. It's like, what the bloody hell's wrong with this lot?
Yeah, he just
didn't even attempt to win it back.
Honestly, yeah. I think if he showed that touch, I think that was when the fans really got angry on it. If he did that touch, all right, I've lost it. Let me run back and try and win it back instead of just standing there and throwing his arms in air and jumping up. Like, you're the one that's lost it. Go and win it back. I think
exactly.
That's what we're missing in that team.
It's ridiculous. What happens now? because we it's not even just a need, it's we demand signings next week, at least one or two next week before Wigan, because if no signings come in next week, the fans are just going to go and turn on the board even more.
Yeah, massively. I think we need a defender. I think we definitely need an attacker. Well, I think we just need a brand new team. I say we put a team on transfer list, try and get them gone out. I've done that in FIFA before. On Football Manager, offer them to clubs, and then we get a brand new now. But no, I think we definitely need just some experience in the squad. We just lack experience. I think last week Omar Bogle and Dan Gardner probably. I didn't watch the game because I listened to it on. I listened to it, and it kind of seemed that Omar Bogle and Dan Gardner like bounced off each other because they were two of our best players, and I think that's what Bogle might have been missing yesterday. But he's also out for another few weeks, so if that's what Omar Bogle's going to be like, I'd rather play with 10 men, really.
Yeah, I mean, Bogle seems to be fine. Barlow seems to be fine. Gardner's out for 3-4 weeks. And then when you look at Gillingham, for example, they've just agreed the termination of Steve Evans' contract. Why in the bloody... And if Gillingham take maximum a week to appoint a manager, why the bloody hell could we not have done that?
With the same manager that's already in charge. Well, got to go through the whole process. I know that's what I like doing and to find the best option, but I'm still waiting for these Premier League applicants, for these Championship applicants to share one, because no offense to Gary Sheffield, he's a good manager and all, but is he really going to be better than these Premier League applicants? Even if we do get he's got his mentor now, hasn't he?
Lee Castle.
Yeah, and if we get a director of football and something like that, Phil coach around, I think I'd rather have, someone with Premier League managerial experience instead of someone that's just starting off their career in management, that is.
Yeah, 100%. I just don't know where we're going right now. Remember when we were promised to get an out-and-out goal scorer after Whiteman left, and all we had is Kwame Thomas, Rakesh Bingham, Dudu, Chakir, and Bogle. The thing is, Kwame Thomas and Rakesh Bingham were here before Whiteman left. We obviously had Niall Lennis as well. We had Tyrese John Jules on loan. Kwame Thomas is now doing Christmas trees. Rakesh Bingham, I don't know where he is. Bogle's here, Chaka's going back, Dudu's here, but should be gone for me. Midfield's the problem has been all season. Frill for Bogle, no service in every game. And that's an interesting point. So, like the service these strikers are getting, So, do we have to spend on the service as well as the actual attack force?
Yeah, I think we're definitely missing Ben Close. I think he looked quite lively at the start of the season. Obviously, he's had a bit of an injury. I'm not sure when he's...
Now.
You are sorry?
Don't even know what's happening to him now.
I was just going to ask you there. Do you know what's happening? Because I've not even seen anyone put it on. He must be injured for quite a long time. But I think we are missing him quite a lot, because I think Ethan Galbraith and him bounce for each other. Matt Smith and... Well, I really do like Ethan Galbraith. He shows fight. Probably the best player yesterday. Not really hard though, is it?
To be fair, someone actually replied to me on Twitter yesterday and said, hang on, let me find it. Rumour we failed Cameron John, also failed to pick up on a back injury. Club's gone. Absolutely embarrassing. If that's another injury we've failed to pick up.
I saw him yesterday on commentary and he looked fine. But I'm not even sure. I don't think getting in Paul Green helped because apparently he's not even got the right qualifications. I think he's just been Rich Wellens' mate. He's obviously had Cops in, Rich Wellens, Paul Green, and they're all playing about it with the old generation coming back. I think that's what he wanted. He just wants, he wanted a professional club to just be a mess about with his mates, and that's where it went wrong for him. And then Paul Green's left, but I think when you get in someone with the wrong not the right qualifications, not the full qualifications, you're going to struggle with injuries. And obviously,
Yes, though, why did if they didn't have the right qualifications, why did the board appoint them in the first place?
I'm not sure. It's just our board, isn't it? You know, not the right, not even right mind of the, you know.
Club Doncaster is killing the club. If we sell a player for $2 million, all that money gets distributed into everything but Donny Rovers. Think when you got McSheffrey, you resigned yourselves to League Two rebuild. If you wanted to stay up, you have signed a master like Big Aaron Chaladice. Of course, the money goes back into the RSC. It doesn't have to be spent on buying players. I'm pretty sure a small portion goes back into the club, but a lot gets distributed to the Bells and Dons. Us and Donny unlucky yesterday, but the depth within your attack is horrific at the minute. It's worrying. I was behind the board all along, but it gets harder and harder to trust what they say. Like other day, Baldwin said we can easily afford Danny. McSheffrey said we can take up all our money. And that's just it. Who the hell can we actually trust?
None of them. Nah. Well, one saying one thing, one saying another. You know, I think McSheffrey's definitely. Well, I believe in more than Baldwin, to be fair, and I think it's just if he wants to come out and say we've got substantial funds, go and back it. If he wants to come and say, right, we've got signings lined up, you've had McSheffrey in a job, and I think Lee Murden put something on about they had been lining transfer targets up and having meetings about them. You had these meetings, and you're saying you've got it lined up. Go out and prove to the fans that you're not lying. Go. And I were expecting a few in this first week, and we've had no one. We just had, well, don't worry, we've got Kazoo on cars or something like that, haven't you, on Twitter, and that's about it.
It's, I don't know anymore. It's obvious we don't have enough leads in the team. The players just are going through the motions and not holding each other accountable for the standard of play on the pitch. Where's the passion? And this is the thing we were talking about, you know, in the summer when we said we needed, you know, new people in. We needed people that weren't going to fold under the pressure and weren't going to be going through the motions. And it's now, instead of a few players, we are having a whole team of them.
Yeah, I think earlier, when I were texting you, you said something about the under 18s and under 16s game. They were showing more passion than the first team. You know, I think if some of them are, well, I know there's not a 23s anymore, but if some of them are ready for, obviously on the under 18s, not the 16s, but if some of them are ready for the step up, you know, maybe play Tavonga, Kulea, or however you pronounce his name.
I want Huula dropped, and I want him starting that game against Wigan Kulea. I want to see something futuristic happen.
Yeah, they're definitely going to show a lot more passion as well than most of the team.
Absolutely. Did you watch the West Ham game today? I did indeed. Good win for West Ham. Probably shouldn't have been shown on ITV, though, compared to a lower league team. Just to put it out there. B-Tech Chal on the wing for Leeds. Yeah, Donny James. I'm not going to stream full on now. I'm only going to stream for a few minutes. Like I said, it won't going to be a long one today. I heard Doncaster are trying to sign Martin Lewis, the money-saving expert, but the deal is stored as the only one to on loan. Expects the reaction yesterday from the Morecambe game. There was absolutely nothing to suggest that the Morecambe game had given them a wake-up call. Absolutely agree with that. I think the players who had lined up for transfer look at us and decided they're not going to join a relegation team if they have better options. Spot on. That's the thing, you know. We need the reaction from that Morecambe game. It looked like they didn't even care about Morecambe. They just wanted to go through the motions again, knowing they'll get paid a couple of few $1,000 a week.
Yeah, I think it was just. I think they just. Well, I think after that Morecambe game happened, they've just totally just gave up. I think. Well, I'm not sure why Morecambe celebrated in front of our bench. Like, not sure if something happened before the game or during the game or something like that. But I think the players just looking over, everyone even after the third goal, everyone just looked defeated. And you know, you can still go out and keep trying, you know, but they just look defeated. It just looks defeated.
And what happens now then? We've got next 10 games, starting off with Wigan on Saturday at the the Eco Pass Stadium. It's a team that's up there again. They could demolish us. Wigan fans have said to me previously before this game, if we don't put at least 3 past you, it's embarrassing for us, and that's embarrassing to hear. So it's like, what do you think is going to happen going into next week? Are we expecting any deals? Do we think we're going to see the loanies confirmed to be going back this week? We're going to see some new deals coming in. And do we think we're going to get any signings? And if so, do you think that we're going to have got a chance of getting 3 points against us 100% easily?
Yeah, we're definitely going to beat us, even just with one player in this week. I think that it's not time to click. But we definitely do need transfers in this week.
No excuses this week. It's got to be this week.
Yeah, exactly. If there is none this week, we'll wait until the last week where the best players come available, or we need people to be recalled from the loan, or we need miracles to happen. I think that's not right. I think we should have gone out. We had these signings lined up. We had people lined up to come in, and you were doing these meetings with Gary McSheffrey, the manager now, when he was just interim. So why we've lined him up then? So why couldn't you get him now? I think we just need people that'll come in, do a job, and actually show passion. Like just people like with experience, with experience of getting out of the situation. Like even like people just from Donny as well. There ain't any but that I can think of. But Andy Butler, obviously, well, I know not a lot of fans like him. Would he be the best option to come back? I'm not sure, but he definitely shows passion. He definitely tries hard this year. I know. I think he was there at the game yesterday again. And he's coming down and supporting the team. And I think he's just hoping and waiting to hopefully get a call from Gary McSheffrey saying, "Can you come out and help?"
Yeah, that's what we're looking at. Hope those feral youths from your fan cam weren't giving you any grief. No, they were fine. They were just fans. They were fine. Going to the barbers tomorrow. I want a new fresh look. Do I go for ask for the child trim? Odds will get a start every week. He's a senior player, 27 years old, and his stands of the picture woeful. He's not a young academy player and needs to be setting better standards or dropped. Agree with that. Get rid of Dahlberg, Vilker, and Shakur, getting a centre back, a winger, and a striker on loan, a holding midfielder, another striker on permanent deals. And that seems like a very realistic window. Sam, thank you very, very much. We're going to end it here. Thank you very much.
Cheers. See you later.
Thank you guys for watching. Obviously, it's a small one, this one. It's not a long one at all, but I will see you guys in the next one soon. But until then, keep living the Rovers life, and I'll see you for the Wigan preview on Friday. If not, hopefully before then, we'll get some deals done. So I'll see you later.